So I have a question for you that I want you to write down, answer in your free time. You don't need to answer it right here, right now, but answer it later. Am I doing the best I can do? Next question. Am I doing the best that can be done? I think both questions are important. And perspective. If you're doing the best that you can do and you're making progress, then you're moving in the right direction. Think progress, not perfection. Good for you. Keep doing that. You're doing the right thing and you're making progress. Now, as you start to see results and you start to see a little bit of success, when you're tempted to take your foot off the gas just a little bit, how do I know you do this? Because I do this. It's been a challenge for me my entire life. When you start to see success and you're taking your foot off the gas, now it's time to ask, am I doing the best that can be done? And the answer to that question is always going to be no. You're never going to get to a point where the answer to that question is yes. Michael Jordan even said it, that he does not feel like he's doing the best that can be done, and he's the greatest of all time. Now, I know some LeBron fans would argue with that, but you're not going to win that argument with me, so save it. All right, we're going to continue on mastering your seller listing presentation. Now, 3 questions that every seller is asking themselves when you walk up to the door. Now, understand they're asking this question if it's a for sale by owner preview and you're just going to look at their home and they're never going to list their home. That's what they told you. All right, no worries. The moment you're walking to the door, you are interviewing for the job. I promise you, they told you they're never going to list their home, and they are asking themselves 3 questions about you. Do you care about me? Can I trust you? Do you know what you're doing, and can you help me? Now, let's start with the last one. How do you convey that you know what you're doing and you can help them? Be the local economist of choice. If I'm pausing because I want you to write this down. And yeah, I know I've said this 1,000 times. I'm going to say it 1,000 more times. Repetition is the mother of learning. So be the local economist of choice. It is your job to know your local market better than anybody else does. What should you be looking for? How many active listings are on the market? How does that compare to the same time last year? What are the average days on market for different price ranges? 350 to 4, 4 to 450, 450 to 5, 550 to 6, all the way up to $2 million if that's your market. Why is that important? Because if you're paying attention to those numbers, if you're paying attention to data, it tells a story. It tells a story that will enable you to predict what's going to happen in the real estate market. The writing is on the wall. As a local economist of choice, you know these numbers. You don't have to go look them up. You just know them. How many properties are going under contract every 30 days? How does that compare to the same time last year? How many homes sold in the last 30 days? Average list price to sell price ratio. How does that compare to a year ago? How does it compare to 6 months ago? Pay attention. How many properties are coming off the market every 30 days? In other words, they're expired, they're canceled, they're withdrawn. How many homes are coming off the market every 30 days? You need to know that as a local economist of choice. The second thing you do to convey that you are the right agent for the job, that you know what you're doing and you can help them, is you are a strategic pricing professional. You understand that when you get to the pricing conversation, your goal is not to determine market value. Your goal is to determine the right pricing strategy in order to get their home sold. There's a difference. Market value might be $610,000. The right price to get their home sold in the shortest amount of time, because they're moving in in 45 days, and they need a contract in 14 days. That's strategy. That's their goal. Well, the right price might be $599. Why is that? Why is it a difference? Because buyers who are looking up to 600 are not looking at 610. And you are attracting different buyers. You're attracting better buyers, and you are standing out amongst the competition as the shining star. Now, interestingly enough, when you do this, when you price this property at $599 instead of $610, you're probably going to get more than one offer. And don't be surprised if it sells for $610. And it sells for $610 in less days than it would if you started out at $610. You're a strategic pricing professional. You're an expert at marketing. Now, what's the difference here? You're an expert at marketing your listings to attract the right buyers. You're not just looking for buyers, you're looking for the right buyers. One of the questions you should be asking yourself every time you take a listing is, what does the buyer for this home look like? Are they moving from another location? Is it an executive transfer? Is it a retirement home? Is it a growing family? What does the buyer of this property look like? Who are they? So I can market to that particular group. So for example, if I'm listing a property in my market for $750, more than likely that's a move up home. Meaning the person who's going to buy this home is selling a $500,000 home. So I'm going to look at neighborhoods where properties are priced between $400,000 and $500,000, and I'm going to market to those neighborhoods. I'm going to market to real estate agents who are working with buyers that are selling homes between $400,000 and $500,000, because that buyer is more than likely the buyer for my $750,000 listing. The opposite is true. If I'm selling a condo and it's priced at $400,000, well, more than likely that is somebody who is moving down. They're selling a $600,000, $700,000 home because it's too big. They don't need it anymore. Kids are gone, and they're looking for something smaller. They're downsizing. So what does that buyer look like? How do I attract that buyer? All right. The other thing that you're going to do to convey that you're the right agent for the job, can they help me, is I am a fierce negotiator. I'm selling my listings at an average of 99% of the asking price, and I'm going to show them, I'm going to prove I'm selling my listings at an average of 99% of the asking price in less than 30 days. And Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is what the market's doing. As you can see, average days on market in our area is 45 days, and average list price to sell price ratio is 97%. Yet I'm getting 99% in less than 30 days. I'm a fierce negotiator. Now, you can hire me and have me negotiating for you, or you could hire somebody else and I could bring the buyer and I'm negotiating against you. Now, it's your choice, whichever one you want. But if you want me to negotiate for you, then hire me. All right. How do you convey that they can trust you, that you care about them? Confirm the appointment. Be different. Show up on time. If the appointment is 4 p.m., show up at 4 p.m., not 4:05, not 3:55. 3:55 is not on time. Show up at 4 p.m. Dress professional. You're taking this serious. You have 10 seconds to make a Kodak moment when they open that front door. If I knock on the door and Deborah answers, "Hi, Deborah, I'm John Dietz. We had an appointment for 4 p.m. and it's 4 p.m. May I come in?" Immediately, I am making a great first impression because I'm dressed like a professional. I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited. I am happy to be there. Now, as you're touring their home, and tour the home with the seller. If you tell the seller to go sit down at the kitchen table while you tour the home, are you conveying that you care about them, that they can trust you, or that you're trying to get through their home quicker so you can get to the kitchen table and get the listing? You're missing out on an opportunity to connect. Go through the property with them. Ask them to show you their home like they would if you were a buyer. Ask them to point out the things that they love about their home. Why? Because more than likely, the next buyer who buys their home will buy the home for the same reasons the seller loves it. So it's important that you know what that is. Ask them to point out the improvements that they've made to the property. Ask questions that a buyer would ask. How old is the roof? How old is the AC system? When did you put new windows in? You can tell that they're updated windows. When were those put in? You're asking questions. You're conveying, I care about you. You can trust me. All right, now you're sitting down at the kitchen table and you're going to begin the conversation. Thank you for meeting with me today. Start with gratitude. Sounds like it's not a big deal. It is. Most people don't do this. Most real estate agents don't do this. Most real estate agents show up, sit down at the kitchen table, and they start selling and telling. But you're not like most real estate agents. Thank you for meeting with me today. Charlene, I'd love to start by sharing my mission statement with you. My mission is to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. Okay, right off, my why. Why am I here? I'm not here to sell your home. I'm not here to collect a commission check. I am here to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. Matter of fact, I take that mission statement so seriously that transitioning to the next part of the listing presentation, Deborah, now because of that mission statement, whenever I meet with a potential client, one of three things typically happens. One of those three things will happen today. Beth, either number one, they understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, and they hire me, which is awesome. Or, Crystal, they don't hire me, and quite honestly, that's not so awesome. And Matt, the third thing that occasionally happens is I may choose to turn the opportunity down. All right, can I trust you? Do you care about me? I am letting them know right from the start, it's okay if you don't hire me. I'm okay with that. It happens. Whenever I meet with a potential client, one of three things happen. They either hire me, that's awesome. By the way, who's it awesome for? For them, for the sellers. Or they don't hire me. And quite honestly, that's not so awesome. Or every so often, I may turn the opportunity down. So you're letting them know right from the beginning, this is win-win or no deal. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Yes, because if you hire me, it's win-win or no deal. Meaning I'm not going to take your listing $100,000 over the asking price and have it sit on the market for 6 months and let you down just so I can get buyer calls and take those buyers out and sell homes. Not yours, but I'm still selling homes. I'm getting paychecks. I'm winning. You're losing. Do you care about me? Can I trust you? Now, Beth, the reason that I would turn the opportunity down is if I feel they have a goal or an expectation that cannot be met. I would rather turn the opportunity down today than let you down 6 months from now. Does that make sense? Now, if you know that you're competing for the listing, you know this because in your soft interview before you went, you asked, are you meeting with other agents? Yes, we are. Cool. Am I first? Yes, you are. Great. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, because I know you're meeting with other agents, you're going to meet with somebody who needs to take your listing. The good news for you is I don't need to. I don't need to list your home. Now, please understand, I want to. I want to work with you. That's the reason I'm here, but I don't need to. If I did, I would tell you anything you wanted to hear just to put a sign in your front yard. And because I know you're going to meet with other agents, you're going to meet with an agent who needs to list your home. Now, you'll know it when it happens because they'll start telling you things that you know are unrealistic. And you know you're hearing something that the real estate agent thinks you want to hear in order for you to hire them. That's going to be a win-lose. and you're the one that's going to lose if you do that. Now, what you've done is you set your competition up for failure. All right, transitioning from expectation conversation to needs analysis. Now, Matt, in order for me to know if I can meet your goals and exceed your expectations, I need to ask you a couple questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not so good and 10 being awesome, Nathan, what needs to happen in the sale of your home for you to consider the experience a 10?
Need a high price, John.
What's that look like to you, Nathan?
John, I need to net $1 million.
$1 million. Got it. Now, Nathan, what would that do for you?
Well, I want to take part of that money and I want to buy a home for my youngest son and his wife.
Okay. Understood. What's Nathan's goal? Is it to sell his home and net $1 million? No. His goal is to buy his son and daughter-in-law a home. That's his goal. That's what you need to help him achieve. That's where emotion comes in. And he'll make decisions based on emotion, because the emotional part of your brain is the part of your brain that makes decisions. The logical part of your brain tries to explain why the emotional part of your brain made a decision, and it can't. Here, I'll prove it. I did this yesterday, I think. If Nathan, what kind of phone do you use? Apple. Nathan, can I talk you into using an Android?
Absolutely not.
What if I can convince you that it's a better phone and it costs less money? Would you use it then?
Not even.
Tell me why. Explain that.
Well, several reasons. It's seamless. This phone matches my watch. It matches my computer. It matches my iPad.
Okay, so all of those are ridiculous reasons. Sorry, Nathan.
But it works for me.
But it's the logical part of his brain trying to explain the emotional decision. You guys get that? You're going to make decisions based on emotion. Logic makes you think, emotion makes you act. The emotion for Nathan in this conversation is buying this home for his son and daughter-in-law. That is what's going to cause Nathan to do the right thing in order to be able to achieve that goal. Now, where you're going to go from here, and we're going to wrap it up, guys, where you're going to go from here is you're going to go right to what's the next thing that needs to happen for this to be a 10 plus experience. So in addition to netting $1 million on your home, now listen to how I'm doing this, okay? In order to net, in addition to netting $1 million on the sale of your home so that you have the money to buy your son and daughter-in-law a home, I'm just going to repeat that every single time because I'm driving it home. What else needs to happen? What's the next thing, Randy, in order for this to be a 10 plus? Randy says, I'll answer for you, Randy. Sell it quickly.
No, I got it.
Oh, go for it, Randy. Go.
Talk I have it. Yeah, time. Time is important. I need to sell this home, get that $1 million, and I need that like within 60 days.
Okay, so if your home is sold within 60 days, now are we looking at a contract or you're sitting at the closing table in 60 days?
I need to be at that closing table in 60 days, John.
Okay, so we're looking for a contract within 30 days. Is that correct, Randy?
Yep.
All right, tell me why that's important. What would that do for you?
Well, what that would do for me, time-wise, is that I could go ahead, get my son and daughter-in-law, that home that they need right now. And I could move forward in some other things that I have planned for myself with that money.
All right. Did you hear what he said? An emphasis on they need right now, meaning that if we don't get a contract within 30 days, they're not getting that house. This is important. You paying attention? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Now, the average real estate agent will never find this out because they'll never ask. They'll sit down at the kitchen table and they'll start selling and telling. Thank you for here. I'm going to be the average agent for a moment, okay? Beth, thank you for meeting with me today. At least I started with gratitude. I'm excited to be here and list your home. You made a great decision. I work with the #1 brokerage in the country. I'm the #1 real estate agent in the market. Nobody sells more homes than I do. And let me talk about what I'm going to do to get your home sold. And then they go into their marketing package, what they do. They're selling and telling. And they haven't even stopped to ask Beth, hey, Beth, what are you hoping to accomplish here? What's important to you? Why is that important? What would that do for you? Meanwhile, the seller's sitting on the other side of the table, bored to death, hearing Charlie Brown's teacher in the front of the classroom, wondering when the hell is this person going to shut up and leave my house? All right, guys, talk to me. What do you hear?
I hear that our chances are really great, you know, and I hear that leaving that appointment, we will feel really good about even about ourselves, to be honest. I mean, we'll just feel good about ourselves that we gave our best, or we really pushed it to a higher version of ourselves.
There you go. Well done, Nathan. Beth, talk to me. Talk to me, Beth.
When you walk into the house, and like you always say, for one, I'm here at 4 o'clock and it's 4 o'clock, and may I come in or take my shoes off? Right away, they're like, oh my God, like nobody's asked that. So already they know that you care. And then you just talk about their goals and their dreams. And, you know, of course, you want to see their beautiful house. And that's different than what you just said with that realtor coming in and talking about what he could do for you. You know, that's very cold, and I would probably kick him out too, you know. So
imagine going to the doctor and you're there because something's wrong and you're scared. And the doctor starts the conversation with, thank you for coming in today. You made a great decision. I'm the best doctor in all of Palm Harbor. Nobody does a better job than I do. Let me share with you what I do for my patients. I do this, I do this, I do this, like this. Meanwhile, you're waiting for an opportunity to say, hey, doc, I've got this pain and it's really scaring me. Can we talk about that? I don't want to talk about you. I'm going to talk about me. Is it any different?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah. Guys, what I want you to get more than anything, and we're going to wrap it up on this. You can learn. Talk to me, Randy. Or Daryl, sorry. Talk to me, Daryl.
Oh, I thought I was talking. I was on mute. I didn't know. I was gonna say what I heard is we should be actively listening and like listening with skill and you know, being present. Yes. Because I mean, if we don't listen to what they say, we won't know what they want anyway.
Yes.
We won't know what questions to ask.
There you go. There you go. If you truly don't care about the person sitting across the table from you, if you're truly there just to get a paycheck, you're not going to listen to them. You're not going to pay attention. They're probably annoying you by talking. You just want to get the house listed and get out the door. All right. So what I want you to get from this is you can learn my 14-point listing presentation, right? Word for word. It's in my book. Beth held up earlier.
That you shouldn't buy.
Yeah, don't buy it. You've got me every day. Don't spend money on that book. For all of you who bought the book, you're like, geez, John, you should have told me that a while ago. Now, yeah, I get it, Deborah. So you can learn my listing presentation, but if you don't learn the why behind it it ain't going to work. You've got to get the why. Once you get the why, you've got power. All right. Hope you guys got great value today. Make it a great day. I will see everybody tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay. It's raining all day in Palm Harbor tomorrow, so I don't get to play golf unless the weather people are wrong. Praying they are. All right, everybody, make it a great day.